continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Coleman. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Coleman has it here right side. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
I'm coming after you. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Let's go.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. This is Jackson on the quick throw from Wentz. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately, so he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. He's got the first down inside the 10. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I go right at him with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They begin the drive with Coleman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Play action. Now Wentz. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz there to make the grab. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
Brings up second.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Draw play, Garoppolo gives to Mostert. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last two plays, both losses.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On third down, here's Coleman. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be fourth down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. 49ers nothing.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down.
21. Let's go. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Hey, watch it. 59 mark. 12 fouls. Here we go.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. "51 yards on the punt there. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 23-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. A gain of 6 there on first.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Check right 54. Right 54. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Deep ball for Goodwin. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward.
Partner, when you're playing cover two, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
A gain of 9 yards.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
65, 65. White. Check back 21. In your face. Lock. Watch the eye. Check 13.
On second down, it's Coleman. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Taken down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Jannard Avery. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Check 24. Check 24. Tighten up. Check. Lucky. Let's find 2.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. On play action, Wentz. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. 3rd down here.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Mike 54.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Watch it.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
21, 21. Here we go.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Garoppolo's
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
and it's 3rd down.
Hey, cut.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 24-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Here we go. 54, right there. 54, Mike. 2 Jack. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Here we go. Kill. Mike's by 4.
They fake the give. Now wins. That's caught by Jackson. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a 14-yard pickup, but it'll still be 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 33-yard line. A gain of 14 brings up 2nd and 1.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he goes out right around the 39. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check me out. Kill. 36.
He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And down right around the 37. That one goes for 24 yards.
Eagles. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Another Eagles 1st down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Empty. Get that quarterback at all costs. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch.
Into the red zone. Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Wentz to throw again. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They get this out left, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes, and the Eagles add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Here we go.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season, as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. There's just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. The 3rd down play, and we're able to convert on that.
Isn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Now a play fake. Wentz. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Wentz. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit, because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive one of quarter three.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, they trail by 3 scores. Look, they're not completely out of this, but it's sort of go time right now.
Yeah, and they knew that coming out after halftime, it was going to take a collective effort to get back into this ball game. The defense got the stop for them, so maybe that can get things started. Now the offense has to pick their game up as well, and if they can put a score on the board, hey, they can get back in it in a hurry.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
At the 8-yard line.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Here we go.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
And the 49ers first down.
21. Check 52.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. He's tackled by Avonte Maddox.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Switch. 13. Block. Shoot.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Big 11. Check.
On 2nd down, Mostert. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here's Jackson. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow.
Deshaun Jackson off to the races. He's at the 30, 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. But look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own power. We're pretty darn good.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets...
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox, what an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
The 25-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. On play action, it's Wentz. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That puts him in excellent position. 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
Goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run with Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Complete to Tevin Coleman. A gain of 8 yards. And it's
1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Niners on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. No, let him breathe. 21. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe. 12, fellas, here we go. Shit. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
on the play. It's now 4th down.
Shit. 21. Check Mike.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Well, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Darius Slay with a pick. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw out and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. At the
Once again, it's Mostert. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
The line of scrimmage.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
3rd down.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try it now with Mostert. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To the outside, this is complete to Jackson. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They go play action with Hurts. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And they'll get this out quickly to Goodwin. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And he connects with Hurts. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
Off the option, that's complete. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
A gain of 1.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Miles Sanders saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game as his guys continue to pour it on. Elliott Good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
49ers nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me with some Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets,
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He turns and gives to Coleman. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
49er ball carrier.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
On 3rd down, Coleman. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Coleman. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
Ball carrier.
Defensively, it was Tremont Smith with the tackle.
It's a pickup.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On 2nd down now, it's Coleman, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough
time he looks up. Somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On 1st down, Coleman. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Hey, watch the screen, 21.
Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. So that'll back him up 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
4th down.
So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
49ers.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg. And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's looking like they are going to get the victory here, and it will not be one and done in these playoffs. Of course, you remember the disappointment of 12 months ago, and they're trying to erase that memory right now.
Final score.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.